Everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is a really quick vid ahead of episode 10. It's episode 10 tonight regarding the double vote. Who's going to get the dagger? So episode 9 ended with Claudia coming in at the end of the dinner and advising that there's this dagger. The traitors are going to decide who gets this dagger, which means they get 2 votes at the next banishment. It's obviously a huge moment we've not seen in the Traitors before. There are 8 players left. I'm going to be talking through each of them very briefly at the start for who I don't think will get it. I'll just touch on them. And then moving on to the end to the 3 main players, I think will the serious considerations for who's going to get this double vote. So, split into 4 segments. First one is just Stephen alone. Stephen should in no way give himself this dagger. He's had far too much heat. There is no benefit to his game from having this dagger. It brings too much of the spotlight onto him, so that's not going to happen. Jack, Faraz, and James are in my second segment. These 3 guys, Jack and Faraz in particular, James has had a tiny bit of heat, but nothing substantial. These 3 overall have no real heat on them the full game. Any of these 3 could turn on Stephen and Rachel, in particular Stephen, at this next banishment. I don't think there's any real benefit of giving the dagger a double vote to them, because if any of them turn on the traitors, it makes the likelihood of them leaving at this next round table much higher. Third option is Jade. There could be an argument to give the dagger to Jade, but I would argue that there's been so much heat on Jade, is giving her the dagger at this point just making it too obvious? A bit in the same way that Stephen's got away with the Jesse murder at the moment. Is giving the dagger to Jade just too obvious, and the other players just won't believe it? I'd be inclined, if I was Rachel or Stephen, not to give it to Jade for that reason. That moves us on to the last 3 players. These are the 3 players that I think have a serious, in my mind, they should get the dagger. Let's start off with Rachel. At the moment, there's no real heat on Rachel. It could be seen that giving her the dagger is risky, but Rachel could just play that off. Oh, clearly, they're just trying to put this on me. There's been no heat. I've dealt with the Harriet, the Fiona nonsense before. That's how she'd put it. It also secures up the votes at the round table for her and Stephen. It puts them in a stronger position having that extra vote. So I think there is definitely a case to give it to Rachel. But again, it's high risk. Stephen may want her to have it. If she doesn't, obviously it's a risk in this game if she doesn't turn against her fellow traitor. But Rachel having it could be beneficial, but again, maybe not. Maybe Matt and Roxy, the final 2 players, there are reasons to give it to them, which we'll touch on now. Now, Matt has had a lot of heat in recent episodes. He got a few votes from James and Jack, at the very least, at the last round table. Again, it could be seen as a desperate attempt to keep himself in the game if the dagger was given to him. Or again, like the Jade thing, could it be seen as too obvious? I think giving the dagger to Matt, more so than Jade, would set Matt up for a possible banishment, so I think there's a clear argument to give it to him too. But for me, Roxy, out of everyone at this stage, the way the show has been presented to us, Roxy is the clear choice to give the dagger to. We saw at the last round table, Roxy, it was presented very well. We thought Roxy was going to say, Stephen, I think it's you, but she went completely the other way and said, Stephen, I think you're a faithful. Giving the dagger to a faithful, i.e. from Rachel and Stephen's point of view, keeps the spotlight off them. People are thinking, why has Roxy got it? Roxy is also someone who, like I've said, not onto Stephen, and I don't believe she's onto Rachel really at all at this point. So I think giving her that extra vote would really secure their survival, Rachel and Stephen's survival at this next round table. There's not been a huge amount of heat on Roxy, so maybe the other players will get confused by that rather than see it as a clear link that she's a traitor wanting the extra vote. So I think if the traitors were to do that, Stephen and Rachel may survive another round table, and then people, maybe Jade or Matt, is on the chopping block at this next banishment. So that's my thoughts. 3 main contenders in my view are Rachel, Matt, and Roxy, but I think ultimately Roxy will get this double vote. What do you guys think ahead of tonight's episode? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Please let us know in the comments. Many thanks. Bye.